her in no judgment.
Because I'm in it, you know, I live in Atlanta.
All right, so here we are. Don't say nobody's name. I just want to say, I got my peoples in the house. We up in Center Pocket in Bowie, Maryland. We doing some truthing. And I love that this is a topic that y'all picked this topic, and this is what's my vibe this week. Is what we've been talking about.
Right.
Yeah. So the question is, when you are in majority white spaces, do you go out of your way to speak to other black people? Why or why not? And I want y'all to tell the truth, because people always say, of course I do, but I be out, I be traveling, I be in majority white spaces, and black people act like they don't see me, and I gotta pull them up like, hello.
Right.
So tell the truth.
I speak.
Your shy ass don't speak to everybody.
I do to a black
So if it was 5 black dudes hanging, and it was in a... No, I want the truth. That's what I'm saying. Tell the truth.
If I am walking into a space, like where was I today? Yes, I do.
It was for work.
Yeah, well, I'm shy on the personal side. But for work, I definitely.
So if at work, if you're at a conference or something, you'll speak.
Absolutely.
But if you
with God, I'm shy personally.
I don't
friends
get
with
that
it don't until she's not.
All right.
I am.
Right.
People make friends with me, and then I'm okay. So I'm shy on the personal side. In work, because I make an effort. Work is an effort. I know I have to be an extrovert, so I put out that energy. So I definitely do.
Is it different for men than women? If it was a woman or 2 women, would you speak versus 2 men?
Yes.
It does make a difference.
Yes. On the personal side.
On the personal
On the
side.
work side, I'll talk to everybody because I'm on. 8 to 5, I'm on.
Gotcha.
Personally,
I
I'm more comfortable talking to women. I would say, hey, I'm shy when it comes to men.
I'll say that's true. Because I find that men are so arrogant. No offense. That testosterone makes y'all kind of calm. No. I'm sorry, you're the only man here. But you say hi to a man and they immediately assume, like, you know she want me. Yeah, she was trying to get with me. And I'm like, hey, how y'all doing? And I'm like, literally, I'm just saying, hey, how you doing? Because you're a brother.
Right. Yes.
You're a brother. And I try to say brother.
Yes.
So, okay, so let me know. How do y'all make an effort in majority white spaces?
I do.
But most of the times, if it's a majority white space for me, it is a work environment.
Yes.
I'm not in
I'm
a lot
on.
of majority white spaces
Absolutely.
On a personal level. Occasionally, but not a lot. Like, I went to an event at Kennedy Center, and I thought it was going to be different, and it was, but
It was a square dancing competition.
It was different. But most of the times when it's a majority white, area, it's work, and I do make an effort to speak.
You're
to
on. You're on the job. You're on the job.
I mean, even at work, it's it's a mix.
I have a
But
different
now
personality at work.
I'm speaking to everybody, black. I'm like, hey, good morning,
No.
So even if they look like they're not going to speak to me, I'm like, good morning.
A lot of times they look like they're not going to speak.
They don't want to speak.
Right.
So what would you say?
I think for me, I definitely speak to everybody. I travel a lot, particularly with international travel.
Yeah.
I definitely make a point.
Oh yeah, that's what it makes me mad. We'll be in the middle like Croatia.
Yeah.
And we're like, and I see a black person, I'm like,
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like,
But I think like sometimes with men, I was in Peru, and I was at this market, and my guy saw me across the room, and I was so excited. I waved at him. He gave me a smile and a.
That one. What's up?
I think that's as far as he could go.
But I get that.
I'ma hold my
I
brow.
connect with that.
Okay, sir, the only sir we have.
Well, I think this. Well, people are just people. And you got to take it in the form that it comes. And a lot of times, people they just want to be connected with. They just want to be spoken to. Hello, how are you?
I believe everybody wants to be acknowledged.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Exactly. Everybody wants to be.
Yeah.
And so you just have to take the initiative to make that contact. And I think it's okay. I don't think it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
But do you speak to them?
Oh, definitely.
You said all that.
Oh, definitely.
And that was beautiful. Don't get me wrong, that was beautiful. But do you?
Definitely.
Okay, but let me ask
it's not even a thing. It's not even. It comes naturally.
I'm not even okay. But is it specifically to black people?
Definitely the black.
Okay.
Definitely the black.
Because
Yes.
I that's it for me. Like I'm only gonna speak to black people. Like, I mean, not trying to be mean. I mean, what I'm saying is I'm saying I exclude white people. But if I'm in a majority black space, because I feel like they have to be feeling like I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting to me that I find white people like, oh my God, you're being racist. And I'm like, how many times have you, as a white person, been in a space where, it's 90% black and you? Like, it's never,
It's
they
never
don't,
that.
they're very rarely in those spaces.
Yeah.
If you are at a conference, a work conference, and it's predominant, like in IT space, and it's predominantly men,
Right.
aren't you going to connect with when you see a woman like, hey, because the majority in there are men, same thing.
Right. Yeah. But when we do that, they find it very racist. And I'm like, it's weird to me that they can't understand what that is because they love a woman's group.
Yeah.
We are the women against, like, I don't know, whatever they are.
But I think the odd thing about that too is that they don't make an effort to reach out to you, but they expect you to reach out to them.
Well, absolutely.
They don't like, well, the black women didn't say anything to me. Well, did you say anything to them?
Did you say anything to them? And that person is the one who's on their own. So you should be the person who's like welcoming and saying, hey,
Embracing.
how you doing? And embracing
Embracing, yes, no doubt,
because they're
no doubt.
by themselves.
Yeah,
But I do
yeah.
believe that we're always expected to do the work.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a situation where you were on a work trip and you're the only one? They don't want to make eye contact.
Yes. Why do you think that happens?
That's heartbreaking to me.
It's
Because I see it a lot.
I feel sorry for
It's
that
heartbreaking.
person.
Yes, it's very sad.
I feel sorry for
What
you.
I feel like, and I can relate to this. I told people when I was in IT, like a case and everywhere early in my career, and when I decided when I wanted to have a baby, and I said I hid my pregnancy because I didn't want people, and I would always wear pants.
Yeah.
I said I would do all these things because I didn't want to remind people that I was a woman, which is dumb as shit because
Right.
of course they see I'm a woman, right?
Right.
But I didn't want to remind people of that. And I think that some black people feel as if they can blend. And if I acknowledge this black person, then y'all know that I'm black.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm really like black for real.
Right,
And so they go out of their way to not act black. And I'm like, baby, they know you black.
No doubt.
They know you black.
No doubt. No doubt about
It's
it.
just like I get a lot of people questioning because we talk a lot about black stuff on Randy B's, a lot of black stuff. And people always say, well, what do you think about the biracials? I'm like, white people are not looking at you and be like, oh, well, this person is 62% white. Like you're in their minds. I mean, because race is not a biological thing. You know what I'm saying? It's part of sociology. It's a societal thing.
No doubt about it.
So it's how do you look?
Right.
But they don't give a damn. Your mama could be white from Germany.
Friends from Peru with green eyes. Trust me, back in the day, you're gonna be at my water fountain.
Ooh,
Believe me. I
honey.
don't care what you think biracial, you're from this country that looks white with green eyes. In the South, I double dare you to go and drink at that white only water fountain. You over there with me, sister.
Right.
Believe it or not.
Oh, for sure.
End of the day.
No, I told you.
double dog dare
In my life, I have only ever had black people ask me, because white people know.
They know.
They might not know what I am.
You are, but you know you're not what
Because
exactly.
white
Exactly.
supremacy is white and other.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, which they're learning currently, it is white and other. Now, it might be layers to it, but at the end of the day, you other.
You're not here.
So,
You're not with
so
them.
my choice would go to where I'm most accepted. Because black people will accept everybody.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
We will accept everybody.
We
over
accept
there.
and we forgive.
And we
We
forgive.
forget.
But it
Right.
is hurtful. I have black people, because I speak to everybody, or I try to,
Right.
at least once a week who will look at me like, why is she, like, they'll look at this like, why is she speaking to me? One, I'm black, but two, I'm Southern.
Right.
That part.
So, I speak.
It comes naturally. That comes naturally.
Let me ask you all this. One thing I noticed when I travel to black countries, that's who we are. When I go to black, like the Caribbean, and see, when I go, I don't stay at the resort. I go to the place.
Among the
Black,
people.
you in a store. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? They walk in a store. When you walk into a store, they speak to just the people. Hey, how y'all doing?
Right.
It's that. And I said, I don't want us to ever lose ourselves.
But that's what we're from. Because just when I was in New Orleans last month, it was that. I'm walking down the street.
Mardi
People
Gras.
are speaking,
Yes.
all the ages. You know, just, you go to Walmart.
I love it.
If I go to
I love it,
Walmart
yes.
in, New Orleans or Louisiana or whatever, if I ask somebody like, hey, I'm looking for X. They're not going to say aisle 13. Baby, let me show you what that says.
Yes,
And
yes.
they take
No
you over
doubt
there.
about it.
Yes.
No
I'm
doubt.
sure you're in a store that's like, hey, I'm looking for such and such. And it's over there, or I don't know, whatever.
Yes.
They come back,
If
baby,
they
let me
speak.
take it. Let me,
It's
it's totally different.
Well, we need, what I told people, what I was saying, all the ways that we can revolutionize and change in the spirit is, all we have is each other.
Right.
Who we have is each other.
No doubt.
I mean, and that's not clear now, then you just lost, baby. So we have to speak to one another and be kind to one another and show graces to one another. If ever, never, if ever not. And I'm not saying you got to, I'm not saying, and I hate when people say, accept your people. I'm not saying you got to exclude anybody, but at least make sure that you speak to your black people.
You include your people. No doubt.
I mean,
exactly.
I mean, it's like family, right?
it is
Yeah,
family.
it is.
That's why all my people, I call them fam, and I mean fam.
Six cousins. I
Right.
might not know you, but I know your family. I might not know your name.
I know
but
your people.
I know we're people. I know we're people.
Ultimately, we all probably from halfway West Africa or somewhere around there. We all from the same. We all from the same place.
Right.
Because guess what? What whiteness does is it bonds them. Like they don't ask, like, oh, wait a minute, do I know?
Right.
There is a bond that happens. Because I'm telling you, when I go, it makes me sad sometimes because, I like to travel. You'll be on resorts and the white people will gather, especially in them pools with the bars.
No doubt.
Them pools with the bars. White folks will sit around and they'll get there and they'll get bigger and bigger and bigger. And they become like, they become close. And the only thing that's bonding them is their whiteness and they're comfortable talking to one another. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not judging it. But we should be like, what's up? Like,
Right.
and hang and like, what we doing tonight? And because, we're not going to go over to the bar in the pool for the most part because we don't feel as comfortable because it does seem like a monopoly over there.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
And when we do go over there, then
Sometimes. Yeah.
We bring it forth with us.
Unless they're too drunk, they're not moving. We join in. Somebody tries to get you mudslides, you get it.
Okay, we're not making this personal. Now you done made it.
Stop if they do, and it's all
That's a
good.
personal
You know what
situation.
kills me is that when people get drunk, they try to blame other people. And I just feel like accountability is something that we all should work for.
It's always your fault.
So anyway, so what we want to lead this conversation is with black folks, speak to your people.
Right.
You better.
Speak to your people. And then listen, if you can't really speak, just do that.
Yeah.
Because listen, black people could communicate
Right.
a whole damn
No.
paragraph.
Non-verbally.
We could do a whole
Non-verbally.
paragraph non-verbal. Like I can't get over there right now, but
Yeah.
look, this shit sucks. You in your group, I'm in my group. Like,
Exactly.
Look, you know how they are.
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we know. Okay, so we came to that. Thank y'all so much for choosing Randi B, telling our truths.
Yes, indeed. Love it.
And are we good? Cut? Oh no, we're live. We're live with the hey y'all. Hey. But you can cut. But they ain't watching this long. You cut. Oh no, but we got talking. What y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to do another question real quick?
It's live. It's not recorded.
I'm just.
can take this chicken out the chef.
No, I want some chicken.
Don't eat it.
Black people are comfortable with us. If you wanted some chicken, you should have just said.
There's a reason. It's a reason.
And listen, we got this is lemon pepper honey.
Oh, I got
Again, I want to say we're at Center Pocket in Bowie, Maryland. I try to highlight a black business every month. I do Center Pocket regularly because they're one of my favorites. But if you have a black business, I will actually fly. Because the reason why our businesses fail is not because we don't have great businesses, but people don't know about them. So you tell me, I will host truthing sessions. I don't ask anything for it. We just give me a space and some chicken. No, I'm just kidding. Some space and some liquor. No, just a space. Just a space.
Margarita.
And some.
Yeah. That's all we need.
And
But I'm doing a pocket. I've done every kind of store, but black businesses get to know about each other. So this is a question. Okay. 3 out of 4 white people do not have a black friend.
3 out of
3 out of 4 black. This was a study done 3 out of 4 white people do not have a black friend. Why do you think it's that way? And do you think race matters when it comes to friendship? Oh, by the way, these are my truthing cards. You can buy them at randyb.net. We're Amazon.com, but we're banning them. Walmart, we're banning them too. So y'all better go to randyb.net. But they are on those things. But 3 out of 4 white people do not have a black friend.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's that way?
I think it is, I don't know, geographics is the right word. So I had the opportunity to work with someone, a white girl, at work. She is now one of my closest friends. I mean, I saw her every day for 13 years. And
Who this? Who this, Harpo? Who this woman, Harpo?
her name is Sarah.
Oh, okay, I know Sarah.
And we love Sarah.
Yeah, we love Sarah.
And understanding she was from she grew up in a suburb outside of Chicago. Her husband grew up, I think, in Wisconsin.
So she been trained.
Well, no, but she grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood.
No.
And so did her husband. So they didn't have
You're not making a good case for her, but go ahead.
Well, what I'm saying is, in their area, they didn't have anyone that was black that they were exposed to. It wasn't that they were racist. It was just that they didn't have the exposure, right? So then she got exposed to me, and now she can tell you what the struggle bus is and other. But it wasn't that they were excluding people.
No, she even follows me.
She
you gotta be a strong
She's a true follower of Randy B. But it wasn't that they were being racist or excluding. It was just in the area, the high school.
Okay, wait. I gotta interject. It's not that I think that a lot of white people are overtly racist.
Right.
But what I feel is if we're honest, America was started based in racism. I mean, in our founding documents,
No doubt.
it divided the races and we were not human. So I feel that every person has a colonized mind. And so even the nicest white person suffers from a race-based society where they have privilege. So they have a hard time understanding us. And so they do things that I sometimes find bothersome, not purposefully, but they just can't help it. Just like black people have colonized minds. Black people think that Gucci and Versace are better.
Yeah.
A lot of black people. Most black people think that white things like the ice is colder if it's white. So if a black person's mind is colonized, a white person's mind is certainly colonized. So I don't feel like at this stage, because I'm tired, I don't want to explain myself. So it's not that I think somebody doesn't. I think what white people don't get is racism is not about, do you like me? Of course you like me. I'm fabulous.
If they know you.
Right.
No, right.
If they get around,
If they like
we're a small percentage of the population. So the chances that, 13%. So the chances that white people are in spaces where we're not there are great. We're not there in numbers.
But
the numbers don't add up.
But even if they know us, I've had white people, I had a really, I thought was a friend. At one time she said to me, she said, well, I've been a really good friend of you. Now I hadn't gotten this bitch to her divorce and I took her. Like sometimes they feel there is this, I will say this, in my life, I've had white people who were my friend, I think they loved me. I think they absolutely loved me. But they would just bust out with some shit sometimes and say some shit foul because their minds are colonized. Like it doesn't mean that they I'm a slave. It doesn't mean that it just means that they just have some shit with them. Like gender roles, for instance. I may have men who love me with all their hearts.
Right.
But naturally, if we wake up in the morning, they may wait for me to make breakfast. Doesn't mean they don't love me. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. Doesn't mean they don't love women. But gender roles have set a tone for them. And so as a white person in America specifically, it's hard to find white people who are not good. You can find white people who are good, but who get it.
Right. But I don't want to explain.
But I don't feel like explaining.
Get it, I find, And the GMB area is very different. But
DMV area is good.
But the ones who get it, I always say are two categories. You either were an athlete in high school.
I told you that. Athlete or military.
White people who are athletes in college or military get it because they have been exposed, right? And then there are those who not exposed because they're like, I don't want to. They just have the opportunity.
But not just exposed, but talk to in a real way.
Right. Yeah.
Because most of us.
But I can tell a person, a white person in this area, you were an athlete or you were military.
Right.
But some of them haven't been trained.
They move. It is an ease that they can move with us.
But sometimes the ease and the arrogance. What were you gonna say?
I think it's more like what you're basically saying. It's an experience. It's like how they experience Black people, how they grew up, all of that. Like school, like you said, military. But another thing I want to bring
can't
up
just be exposure.
is that let's define friendship.
See, that's what I had said. Look, that's what I had said.
Because a lot of times, and even some of our Black friends that we say are our friends,
They're not. They're associates.
It's surface
It's layers.
level.
A, B, C,
It's
D.
surface level.
Layers to the
So a lot of times when I'm thinking, so when you're saying the 3 out of 4 don't, I'm like, yeah, maybe it's even a little higher than that.
No, I said really it's about 3.5.
Yeah.
Because some of them got fake worst friends that they go to lunch with, and the Black person ain't telling them nothing.
Exactly. Because it's like, you talk to people that's like, oh, that's my friend. Have you been in their house? Right. You know their
Yeah, because we don't invite you over.
Right.
You know their business. You know their business.
You know, that those sort of things. So a lot of people say that that's my friend. But it's like define friendship. Right.
This might be your work friend, not your real friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Real friend. Yeah, real friend is probably 3 point. It's probably 4. No, it's probably like, I don't know. I don't have many.
Yeah. But
I don't have none.
That
I have one, Jen.
don't have a lot of any Black friends. I think they see us as inferior. And I think they don't think that we can ever feel the same thing they feel or want the same thing they want. Like they seem surprised when we reach our goals. Oh, you had goals?
What is that?
Oh, you travel?
But they also cannot connect with us. I know from experience, just from talking to people of other races, like on Monday mornings, we're coming in, we're talking about the #1 movie over the weekend. Well, it might have been The Best Man.
Right.
It's the #1 movie of the weekend, but they cannot go and see us in a movie. Can't connect. But we can go to we don't see color, we go to movies, we're like, we're going to go see
No,
that
we
movie.
see color, but we're just so used to it. Well, because there was a time we wouldn't see a movie if we didn't watch that.
We would go see the Bruce, like if it's Bruce, like we can just see that's a good movie.
We're going to see Star
Well,
Trek.
We're going to see Star Trek.
No, but what
It
I
doesn't matter.
find,
But they won't go see an all-black cast movie because they can't connect with it.
but what I'm finding right now is like, I have like a lot of new people following on Randi B, and some of them are white people who are well-meaning white people. And well-meaning white people I find to be as challenging as honestly the racist white people. And I don't mean to hurt their feelings, but they're so used to being the center. And so like sometimes we'll be having a conversation, like it's a Black thing. Like we're talking about Black thing. And the white person needs to insert themselves. And I'm like, to be a friend means you got to shut up sometimes. Like sometimes you need to, you know what I mean? It's like when men sometimes are having a conversation or people from a certain neighborhood or, you talking about some New Orleans stuff. I just got to like sit back and listen because y'all having y'all's moment. And I feel like white people are so used and they so badly want to say, hey, I'm a good white person. I'm good. Hey. And so we'll be like, we think this, like, we'll be talking about, something bad that happened in the Black community, and a white person is like, well, I think it's bad too. And it's like, we don't want to hear from you right now. And you don't want to be mean to them. It's not that you're trying to be mean, but it's like, we don't want to talk to you right now. Right. And they think that we're being racist or elitist when we say that. I'm like, if I said, it's kind of like when your friend, you're having girls' night out, and your friend's like, oh, I'm bringing my man. And you're like, we don't want your man to come. I want to talk about my period or whatever.
Nothing against him.
It's nothing against him. It's nothing against, and so sometimes Black people need to have our Black stuff because we're around white people all the time. And not because you ask it, but we automatically put on a mask or we change. When one white person's in the room, we code switch. And we want to just be like, let me check what this stupid motherfucker said. And there you are. And so it's like, I find the white people who get it, they'll be on our pages.
They'll
They
just
just shut up. They'll like,
and keep going.
they'll learn. They might DM me and say, Randy, I didn't even know it was like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But they don't feel the need to assert themselves. Like that need to center yourself, to me, is white privilege.
Yeah.
No doubt.
We don't give a, like, literally, we don't give a fuck what your opinion is. Like, we don't care. Even if it's an opinion that's pro us, even if it's like black people, we don't, listen, just show up at the
It goes
post.
nowhere.
Look, we
Just
just,
show up.
it's like with Martin Luther King, when Martin Luther King had a lot of Jewish people who swear,
No doubt.
just show up, give us our back, use your white privilege, help me. But it wasn't like, they weren't making speeches.
Yeah.
They just knew what they had to do. Let us
They
help
know
you
how
and
to be
shut
an
play
ally.
your part.
Right.
Play your
No
part.
doubt.
There we go, play your part.
Just as your husband would when he's supporting you when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Right.
You can't relate. Not that I can relate, but I'm just saying. You can't relate.
Right.
I'm sorry, I had a
You can't relate, but support her. Bring her a pillow. Bring her her tea. Or whatever. But don't talk about you know how she's feeling.
right.
You don't.
Yeah, right.
You
You
cannot possibly.
You can't.
And people say, no, I got 17 black friends. I got a black
No.
woman. I don't give a damn.
Anything.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just co-sign and fall back.
Right. So for a white person to have, because I do believe every white person should have a black. If I were white,
I
it
would
would
want
be my mission. I would be like doing a resume. I would be trying to have a black friend.
absolutely.
I would be, because we are great friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would want us.
I would want us as a
We
black
are
friend.
like the.
Because we cool as shit.
the
We are the culture.
No doubt.
We are
I
the
need one of
definition
us.
of ride
I
or
need
die.
one of
Yeah.
us.
Like
Trendsetters.
Yeah.
I would want us
Yeah.
as a friend.
But so for them to have us, what do they need to do?
I think they need to listen more than talk. Right?
Be supportive
My experience is different than your experience, Becky.
and acknowledge that.
It's different. Yeah. Just acknowledge that it's different. It's okay.
And don't tell us
Yeah.
shit like, no, I'm sure he didn't mean to
Yeah,
hurt
right.
your
No,
feelings.
no.
No,
He
that
meant
mother.
it. He
Listen,
meant it.
you know how people say they have gaydar?
Yeah.
We have racist R.
Yeah.
We could tell.
Yeah.
I know he's nice to me, but we could tell that motherfucker racist.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
don't
right,
question
right.
it. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
He meant it.
Yeah. So and
His
so.
whole chest.
So and so in the engineering department, racist as fuck. Yeah. I don't care
That
what
was
you
me. He
say.
said like, yo.
And I need you to be like,
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't try to tell me I'm overreacting.
Yeah. That's
oh,
right.
don't try to tell me.
Don't try to tell me I'm overreacting
Yeah.
because I've been in this body and in this
That's
race
it.
shit for years.
Yeah.
I know when it's just some passing shit that you didn't mean, and I know when it was some shit that you meant.
Yes.
I know the difference.
Yeah.
Don't say no shit like it's one race, the human race, because it ain't. In this America,
Yeah.
that's another thing about the white people that are visiting the site
I know
now.
when it's
They'll
different.
say to me, they'll say,
Because I've been exposed
it
to
doesn't
you.
matter. We
You
all
haven't
love
been
each other.
exposed to
No,
us.
it hasn't. No, it
Yeah.
listen,
I've had to live in your world. I know the difference
Yeah.
between real and who's fucking with
But
me.
here's the thing.
And you haven't had to live in my world.
You haven't
lived in my world.
You know nothing about
And
it.
trust my instincts that I know the difference.
right.
Yes.
I
But
got
I've
this.
lived next door to you. I've been the only in a neighborhood. I've
All
been
our
the
lives.
only
Yeah.
in this. I know the difference.
Right.
Trust
Only at
and
No
believe.
doubt.
Only in
And
the
only at work, only in the
Yeah.
office, only in the
Yeah.
neighborhood, only
So
in the
I was
grocery
even on that
store.
shirt.
And don't tell me you don't see color. What's wrong with your eyes?
Because
What's wrong with your eyes? I hate that I don't see color.
That gets me. I don't see color.
I see color right here.
All the
I just
time.
want to throw another wrench in there.
Go throw a wrench, go to wrench.
It's some of us that are a little different from us, but are still us.
Right?
So some of them, their friendships, I'm sure are probably different with those type of.
But they're not real friendships, because this is what I would say. And this is what I tell you, I'm very honest. Because I think loving your blackness is a journey, particularly if you're in very white spaces. So I started on Hampton University's campus, blackity, blackity, black. Then my family was like, oh, we made it. Let's move to this neighborhood. We were the first black family. You're fighting for survival because it's you. You really are. And so you're code switching. You are trying to be accepted. I mean, especially because you're young when you're young.
No doubt.
And you're hiding yourselves. So when white people talk about black people and say, oh no, but like Clarence Thomas said it. I'm like, that person ain't black.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
Tiger Woods
That's
said
what
it.
I'm saying.
Candace Owens said it.
Right.
They are not, these are people. This white woman got on my, on Randy B. I had to block her because I just couldn't take her ass.
Unblock her.
I blocked her ass. Because she was like,
We need another page so we can deal with them.
she's a white woman, she's married to a black man, and she said, my husband is voted for Trump, because she was a Trumper. And she said, And I said, with some of you white women, I said, I'm gonna hurt your feelings. I'm gonna tell her and let you know that I wrote this and then I blocked her because I usually don't engage with the racists on my page. So I said, if she's triggering me, I said, there are some black people who are black, but they are the most anti-black. They are more white than they are anti-black.
No doubt about it.
I said, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but he married you because you were white. He didn't marry you because he was in love with you. He married you because you were a white woman who would marry him, and you know how they are. But anyway, I was like, all his friends are white. He's going to choose Trump. Everything he does in his life is going to be as far away as blackness as he can get. And that is what he's decided. So you can't talk to me as if he is a representative of the black race because he does not associate with black people. He is a white supremacist. You can have white supremacists who are black.
No doubt.
I just had to bring them up.
No, that's a good point because they be trying to show them as representatives and say they have a black friend. No, you have a white supremacist friend who happens to have black skin.
That's right.
Preach. No doubt. No doubt.
I done turned red over that. I'm not mad about that. I'm mad. Hold on, I'm hot.
I got hot.
So is there any other thing white people need to do if they want a black friend?
If they want
Admit what you don't know. Say, I'm unfamiliar.
Yes.
You cannot be the expert on our race.
No doubt. I think that is the issue too, is that a lot of white people feel like they know our situation. They can respond or react for every situation that happens to us. And they can't. They don't have that experience. They don't know what we're going through at that moment. But they feel that they can. So you're right.
Just miss my feelings.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. That's it. I don't know.
That makes me mad.
Yeah.
The example I use is I'm gonna be a little vulgar probably.
Come on, get it on that.
No, but my sons are 2 years apart. And they were in the bathtub. I used to put them in the bath together because I'm country, and I used to take bath with all my cousins, and I put them in the bath together. And one time, my
kids are 4 years apart. I put them together.
Oh, okay, that's how we do it in the South, right? So my son starts screaming like, "Mom, Mom!" And I'm like, I come in there. It's like my penis is burning. My penis is burning, right? Burning like you're only 4, so I know you don't have a STD. What's going on, right? So he's going on whatever. So I was like, let me get your daddy. Wait a minute, right? Because, and I told people, I said, I have children, so that means I clearly have experienced at least one penis. And actually, that's all I've experienced, one penis, wedding night.
I will just wait for the story, that's all.
Go and continue.
Yeah.
I have 2
That's
sons,
where it's going.
so I clearly have, y'all are so rude, and I don't appreciate that.
Can I say to this side of the room?
I didn't say
somebody else.
a word.
I went to college. I went to college with him, so you know, but they didn't want to. So anyway,
I can't say amen.
I have touched. I have, you know, I have sons, so I've touched penises, but I cannot experience or speak intelligently to a penis situation. And evidently, soap can go up the penis and it burns.
Yes,
I don't know.
Yes,
my son got it. My husband got it. I didn't get it. I didn't understand. So it's just. So I was like.
Don't be telling that business.
No, but I mean, he was little. So I was like, let me get an expert, but I didn't try to act like I was an expert, which I feel like a lot of times white people try to act like they can relate,
Right.
they can talk, and
Right.
whatever. And sometimes, no matter how much you've experienced, you could have slept with 17 black men. You could have black friends, black cousins. You could have a black spouse, but you can't speak to blackness, like, cause I have all those things, and I can't speak to a penis and how it necessarily feels.
Soap and penis don't mix.
I didn't know this. And evidently, I don't know how I got the aim of it, but I'm just saying. Thank you for letting me know. I understand that now, but I didn't get it then. Bottom line, soap should not be in penises. Oh, no. No, that's not the bottom line.
Is they need to show up as their authentic self.
Yes.
And allow me to show up as mine.
Yes.
I will respect your experience.
Yes.
You let
And those are the best relationships.
Right.
And
Show up as ourselves.
and don't act like being your friend is a privilege. Because one thing I found is that white people expected me to show up at their shit. But if I come to your shit,
And you
all
don't
white
come to
people,
mine.
you got to come to my party
exactly.
with all black people.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So like, my friend Jen, I did a whole ode to her. Like her children follow me. Like,
And me.
so what I mean by that, but I be talking crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
She's
like Like she told her one time her sons and them,
for you.
her sons broke into a pool and they got caught by the police. They broke into this indoor pool. And she told me, like, you know, if you were black, you'd be in jail right now. Like, that's how she raised her kids. Like, she was down, like, you need to be aware of the stuff. That's my girl. That's why I fuck with her.
That's the truth.
And
You would be in there.
Jen would
You
come
would
to
be.
my party, like, she would come to my stuff, be the only, her and her husband, only white people there. And we'd
we're
be
comfortable.
and be like, I don't know if they were, listen, I don't get, like, they might have been uncomfortable. Because
I didn't
trust me,
feel that they were uncomfortable.
I don't think they were, but if they were, that's what friendship is.
Right.
Yeah,
Is you're
yeah.
uncomfortable in certain spaces, because I'm uncomfortable in your space.
Yeah.
But you love me enough that you up in there, and you got black people talking about, it's so good to see a black child graduate to the cum laude, and they did it.
Stop it. Stop it.
Right.
Stop it. Stop it.
Jen
Stop
would
it.
be like, and we love Jen. We love Jen.
That's our shout out to Jen. That's our girl.
Love Jen.
Right. So anyway, okay, so that's black
Jen,
people's
you come to
romance.
the cookout?
Jen would plan the cookout.
No, Jen can't come to the 2025 cookout or the 2026. I do truly believe that black people need a moment for us just to be us. I think that we
going through
need,
some things.
you know, it's like when you in family counseling. I think black people, and that's to say, we can't be right for nothing or nobody until we get ourselves right.
Absolutely.
And we need this, I believe that what's happening in the world right now is that we need what's happening with us. So that's what we need. So no, I can't nobody come to the cookout until 2027. Invitations by one basis we will consider.
Right.
What do y'all think?
Review by committee.
Review.
I like.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe when when is Trump out of office? It's 2028, isn't it?
It's not gonna last till then. But we ain't gonna get into that.
Okay.
Okay,
All
cut.
right.
We done.
Production.
We done, y'all.
Production.
Good night.
Take my mic
I
off.
love y'all so much. No, seriously. These are the people who are getting me through right now. My
Right.
family.
You got a question?
What's the question?
What are the top 3 issues confronting black women today?
Damn, that's all night. That's a big issue.
That's a whole
I mean, whoa. We talk about men, financial, the political.
Why I gotta be
I
men?
mean,
You be too, but no, you can say what you think.
So,
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, it is. It is. But let me just say this.
it's a lot.
So, I really don't think that black women understand how much love black men have for them. Because we're not very communicative. We don't tell you, baby, I love you. I
So
support
tell
you. I
them,
adore
tell
you.
them how much you love us.
Oh, man, you know.
Tell her,
I
tell them.
love you so much.
Tell black
We
women
don't
how.
know.
And the thing too
He
is,
really does.
I really
No.
do.
Let me tell you something. I went to a HBCU. I went to Tuskegee University, and the way that blessed me, TU, you know, is that I left with a very strong. Listen, I had been in an all-white school for a while. I didn't know how much black men. I told people I had been well loved.
Yes.
And black men to this
We
day.
love you. Let me
My
tell
boy
you,
lives in
black
Atlanta.
men
My boy's in Atlanta.
love black women.
This was supposed to
We
start
do.
at 7:30. The room wasn't available at 8. He sends me a picture at 6, like I'm here.
Yes.
Like black men. Like
40.
right.
Yes.
So
Cheers
Yes.
to that.
but I
Yes.
believe what I want black people to know is that I have begged black people to stop listening to white people about black shit. I believe that when there's a black man who loves a white woman, they highlight it, they see it everywhere. So black women think, oh, white men don't like us, and then they stand out to us. Whereas like 88% of black men still marry black women,
Black women, yes.
But they highlight that shit. And then they act like white men ain't fucking black women. White men, let me say something. I'm about to do a video on this. It's been on my mind. White men were they're enslaved black African people when we were dirty, had worked in the fields all day, and they had white women who were able to take baths and powdered and everything,
Right.
but they were fucking us. White men have always loved us and still love us, and
No
I don't
doubt.
have no black woman who has not been hit on by white men and everything. The difference is that it's when it's acceptable by your culture. So black men decided that it was a flex to be with white women, so they'll go out with them. But the white men behind the scenes trying to fuck black women, and they do.
All day.
There's some people who
All
are
day.
being supported, driving certain cars, living certain things that y'all call ghetto because the white man is paying for it. And I don't know one who haven't had an experience like this. Not me, because I've never had a white man, but I have never had a white man. I haven't, but I would say I'm unusual in the ranks of that. We just bomb on that.
I don't know.
I never had. And they do hit on you, and they actively hit on you.
Yeah.
But it's hitting, and honestly, the ones who act the most racist, the ones who act the most racist, like the ones who was like, they love some black whatever, but it's marketed purposefully. Everything is by design to make it seem like white women are the most desired. That they were fucking us. Excuse my French. But it's not making love. They were fucking us. They were raping us when they had white women all day. They were coming to us. They were having babies. The reason why we look the way we look.
More desirable.
We are.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But if we're more desirable when we are dirty in the fields, could only take baths on Sundays.
Right.
If you don't think they're hitting us now, you're stupid. Everything is marketing. Everything is designed to show that they're the most desirable, they're the most wanted. Black women, for some reason, have always gotten it because we don't even look at them.
Naturally.
And I agree with what you say. You know, we need to stop listening to the propaganda about black men, whether they're not supporting women or loving black women or being good black fathers.
Yeah. Oh, no.
You guys
statistically, black men spend more time. This is statistically proven. They spend more time with their children than white men.
And not only that, you got black men just standing in the gap with other kids, that aren't theirs.
Yes.
No doubt.
Yes.
So it's like we have to stop listening to social media or the news or whatever.
Or whatever narrative is being presented.
There's all kind of stereotypes, and we just can't buy into that. And if the people or the black men around you aren't the ones that you want to be around, you need to move. You need
That's them. But the thing is,
it's one block over.
And what
I promise you.
I hate
Just
when people say, they ain't shit. And they will have Elon Musk. They will have Elon Musk who has 14 kids, 5 baby mamas. They got Trump who got 5 baby mamas, I think. I don't know how many. These are some ghetto ass shit. But they can get away with it. But when we do it.
If Barack Obama.
What?
If Barack Obama had
half.
If he had 3 or 4 different wives and 6 different children by these 3 wives.
We wouldn't know who he was.
So we wouldn't know
who he was.
We wouldn't know his name. And so we need to stop believing what the media presents us. They present the very best of the white person and the very worst of the black person. And we have got to make a conscious decision to say, no, I will not believe that about my people. And it doesn't mean you didn't have a no good daddy.
The best.
It don't mean
not the best.
Absolutely not.
Because it's white.
Because he's white. That's right. You said it right.
The worst.
He is not.
It's the worst.
He's white. Nothing else matters. Because on paper, that would be you just switch it around.
You know what struck me? I remember when the Kardashians got big and they started having baby daddies, and I was like, all of a sudden, baby daddies are cool. Like,
all of a
black
sudden,
women got dogs for years.
Makes you a star.
Oh, what?
You get
what? It's cool.
And black women were trying.
What?
They were trying to make it
and they
work.
were dogging us.
And they were
dogging us.
No doubt.
So now the ones that want to look like us, but who are lighter than us, they get a show.
You know, at least once a week, I get like, what do you do? Bitch, I'm going to bring out my high school pictures. This is what it is. Like, this is it. Y'all used to hate it. Now that y'all are doing things that hurt it, you think it's everybody else.
Trying to buy it.
Yeah, you done had that. Dove had that in college.
I mean,
Dove had that in college.
It wasn't like that.
It was age and weight. But it's fine. But now it's great because you're trying to buy it.
I did my because I've been doing this thing about what we can do as a people. So I said the first thing I said is that one thing we do is speak to one another.
Right, yes.
The second thing we could do is stop believing. Don't allow anybody else to tell you who you are. Because as we're seeing them strip us of our history, it's so funny. I told people, I said, at least once a week, I have white people say, how can you talk about these black issues? Because you're white. And I'm like, you know what? Because the history has been designed to allow you to forget that your ancestors enslaved and raped and bred my ancestors.
Right.
So while both my parents are darker than I am, were darker, my parents are
get
deceased.
what we get.
But DNA is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So you could be sitting up and child block look up and blue eyes because you got master's genes have shown up because you don't know what genetics are gonna do. Yeah. But because we designed our world to make it comfortable for them, they forgot their history. They like, why? Oh, you just what? You don't know your history, boo-boo? Let me explain. So I listen.
Oh, they know it.
They really don't because they have sugar-coated slavery almost as if it was like it was 1 year and it was halfway pleasant. They were fucking the shit out of us. They were breeding us because the more babies they had, the more people they had to work their lands, and they were having babies by these slaves. No, but what I'm trying to say is, let's not try to act like that. And so when people say that, like, and that's why I'm so confused by people talking about they're biracial or whatever. In America,
it's not, right?
Who is it?
We are all.
Right.
If we were black, we would be, you would not near one of y'all would look the way y'all look.
Right.
Not near one of y'all had their people not been raping our people.
Question
No
about
doubt.
So, I mean, it's very few pure
on either side.
Africans.
Oh,
And some of them are white passing. That's the funny part. Because some of them be commenting, be racist as hell. I said, you racist because you know you're black. Because I can look at your tail. The way that hair curling up. I know you round brushing that
They
hair.
might not know, but we know.
We're going to look at him and tell. Well, anyway, to cover all the issues with black women, I think that black women have had to be hard all of our lives. I always tell people, even the way we love our kids, you have to realize, like, they used to separate families purposely.
Sure.
Excuse me, on the plantation. So black women would stop expressing external love because they tried to block their hearts because they knew that they may not see their child again.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we had to be a certain way, but it makes me so mad of people who are ignorant of our history because then they say, oh, we're cold, or we're mean, or we're hard. If black women had the luxury to, I don't blame black men. They do not have the financial means as white men because they are 400 years behind as we are 400 years behind. And we have been able to succeed more because we're not seen as a threat by white men the way they are, right?
Right.
So I have all the sympathy in the world. But if you need for us to help you financially and all that stuff, you can't still then expect us to be the soft, delicate woman that a white woman has had the privilege of being.
I agree.
It's just not fair. And so I believe that we all need to be, that's why I mean, knowing your history is so important.
Yes.
Because then you show a level of empathy that some people do not show.
Right. And I think too, though, Randi, you hit it on a very good point, though. But I think that as black men, we have to say, we love you all.
Yes.
It cannot be, we love dark-skinned women or brown-skinned women or light-skinned women. We love you all. And then
if you do have a preference for light-skinned women, you do need to understand that is your colonized mind.
Sure.
But when people tell me that, oh, I love me a light-skinned girl, I literally cringe. Because I'm like, that is your colonized mind to think that I am more beautiful than a dark-skinned sister. And I don't blame you for it because we're all colonized. Don't get me wrong. We are all colonized, but work on it. Because it's my colonized mind that thinks a dark-skinned man is sexier and whatever, because we find that more. We find that more Mendingo. It's fucked up. It's all whatever.
It is.
But we need to admit that.
Right.
I admit.
Right.
Listen, I own my shit.
I gladly own that.
I own it.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think too, it's like we need to let go of. I think especially our generation, right? You know, when we were coming up, all the women on magazine covers, unless it was Essence, Ebony, or Jet, white. You know, so the standard of beauty was that.
Yeah.
And so to measure yourself.
Wait a minute. Now, what about Diana Ross? That was my girl. She was on Jet.
Yeah, but you know, she had very fine features.
Yes, she did.
She was brown, but she had fine features.
She did.
Very white features.
No
booty.
Yes.
No, Diana Ross was very white.
Yeah.
She looked like Twiggy, but black.
Yeah, her face had.
So I think we need to look at ourselves and, you know, whatever we bring to the table as beautiful and our sisters, you know, and stop being all judgy, you know, and I think
it always makes me sad because I'll post stuff on the page and every time I'll say, like, I'll post, like, the funniest video that came down was, like, black people 5 minutes after burying somebody, and people are dancing. Some people are like, well, I'm not that kind of black person. I'm like, oh my God. Some black people work so hard to separate themselves from blackness because again,
Get the joke.
just get the joke.
It doesn't have to be, oh,
Right.
I'm not that.
I'm not that. I don't do that. And it's like, or I had sometimes, it was Martin Luther King's birthday, and I said something like, this ain't something. And someone was like, why would you use ain't? Because it's Martin Luther King. And I'm like, I was an English teacher. I know proper English. This is the way we code switch. Even like some people with Jasmine Crockett, they're embarrassed because they feel their minds are really like you always should be performing for white people. And those of us who have freed ourselves are actively working to free ourselves.
Right.
I know I'm an intelligent black person. I don't need, and what makes me intelligent is I can go one way or the other. When I'm amongst my people talking
Let
about
me
my
know.
things,
Exactly.
I'm gonna get down with the get down. I can better than most of you. Better than most of you, okay?
Preach.
But it is.
With ya.
Preach.
But I know we've gotten
exactly.
off subject, but this is how truthing does.
Right.
This is how truthing does. And thank y'all for tuning in. Those of y'all who have tuned in, we appreciate it. We do live every Thursdays now. That's what I'm doing.
I love it.
And I appreciate y'all being here with me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, all right, we're at Center Pocket in Bowie, Maryland. The richest county in the black county in the country.
Yes.
Yes. But it has like 1 billion pool tables. They have a spades tournament every Thursday night. Black-owned company. And we got to support our people, y'all. So come on out to Center Pocket. If you're visiting or if you live here, it's a great place. And I love it. Like, I really love it. And they carry a lot of black spirits.
Yes.
And we need to get our economy going.
Yes.
All right.
Support us.
Support us.
Here.
Love you guys.
Cheers.
We love black people. Shout out to Sinclair Center for that. Okay.
Yeah, Sinclair. My God.